Damn weepholes. Oh boy, here's another edition of the Wandering Ukie Cheese Cafe in the yard. I'm telling you, great long weekend coming up. It's sunny, really warm, but now it feels like that there's going to be a lot of rain coming in the next little while. You know, you sometimes have that vibe where you can feel it in the air tonight. For all you Phil Collins fans out there. But this gave me a good opportunity to decide I wanted to whip out the shorts and the tank top. Because let's face it, these guns, they ain't gonna show off themselves in the sun, right? Yeah, I know I'm skinny, but there's some muscle there. What can you do? Yeah, what you saw earlier was Operation Lawn that was in progress. That was part of another video that I put together for the last little while, and I'm just waiting a bit longer for the final product before I post it, so stick around for that. But it's still kind of warm and I still want to take advantage and just get started on weekend-related activities. And somebody left me a beer already, so they kind of want me to start drinking. Well, I'm not going to say no to that. And in case you're wondering what's the fuel for today, nothing crazy. Just some Three Musketeers IPA that I've talked about countless and countless times. I don't need to go over the details of that again. Just know that, Brossard, you have my respect for this brewer alone. Beautiful. That's just what the doctor ordered. Maybe Dr. Feelgood? Because I mean, you know, you gotta have a good doctor to make you get up in spirits, make you feel good, make you feel all right. Subconsciously I was thinking of Motley Crue when I poured this, so we'll be right back. Let me just relax and then I'll figure out what I'll be doing. What a beautiful ration. So I did mention last time that I was going to do maybe a second part of my garden tour after I finished up working on that, so if you want to see it, then there's a card right up here at the top, right? Click on that, you'll see my efforts working in the dirt. But I did decide to go for a little bit more. But rather than having to do another guided tour, because that one was kind of long, I'll just show the fruit of some of my labor and maybe show off some other plans I might be having for the evening. Unbelievable. Potatoes, you buy them by the pound and they're actually relatively cheap. I am going to be grilling them, or I guess I should say I'm grilling one of them, because the others that I got, I do have something else in mind. Something creative and cool, if you can believe that with potatoes. So, the big plan that I have for the potatoes is simple enough. I'm going to dump it in the dirt over here. Yeah, you might think I'm crazy for doing that, but the truth is, this is actually how you could grow potatoes. Something I learned a while back after giving them to a friend, just more for a joke than anything. I think it was like giving me a lift somewhere a while back, and my repayment for it was just saying, here, have some potatoes, to get them introduced to our inside joke with a couple of other friends. But what I remember too was that same year for my birthday, he gave me back those potatoes. Yeah, regifting potatoes, I can't believe it. And he had it in a pot of dirt. And there was actually a logic to that. Because what you would do then is if you put it in the dirt, keep it watered, it will grow and multiply. That's actually one of the fun things I've learned. A lot of these vegetables and plants will flourish, multiply, and you'll have a good yield. Of course, the trick is not to let it get too wet and submerged in water, because then they're going to deteriorate, soften up, and then when you open it up, oof, that smell of rotten potatoes. You know what I'm talking about? You've dealt with it before. It ain't pretty at all. There. Back here, I have my potato plants. And what the? Either I'm crazy, or it's starting to feel like it's raining now. Crud. Well, at least I got the potatoes in. Okay, I think I'm officially crazy. There is no rain. I'm just starting to feel drops, or it's maybe residual mosquito bites that are acting up on me. Can't really tell you. In terms of other stuff that I planted, I did get also another basil plant here. And this is called Genovese basil. And another type of mint element. I mostly got this because it's called After Eight mint. And it made me think back to my mom and her love of After Eight chocolate mints, which are also pretty awesome. So I decided to integrate that here. And I did get a few geraniums and other random flowers to put in back here, along with another geranium that's hopefully gonna repel some of the mosquitoes around. I have them in strategic corners. One in the garden, one by the patio here, and one right on the deck. Hopefully that works. I'm hoping that if I rub myself against that, then it's gonna make the mosquitoes go away and go to hell. Kinda like how I want these clouds to go to hell today. What can you do? So that's kind of what I have in mind for today. A bit of planting, a bit more beer, hopefully with the rain coming up over the weekend, which admittedly is going to make me want to stay indoors. It will help the rest of the grass to grow, along with the vegetables too. Yeah, really delicious. What other fun activity should I partake in today? Damn, new holes. Yeah, I just wanted to get a few more of those holes punched out. I think I'm like maybe close to halfway through the house, and a handful more to do. Once again, if you see those holes, don't fill them up, leave them there. At best, just put in a screen or some kind of mesh that you're going to prevent insects and mice from getting in the house. You kind of need those holes for rain drainage. You know, fact of life, we all learn it. But, you know, we all need projects too. And I guess you could say that I was just putting my love into the house. Right? Going back to the previous musical montage? Whatever. So yeah, fire's starting up now. Forgot my beer. I've got my legendary bear juice. The elusive bear juice, no less. And I'm about to do my other potato. So, I've highlighted in the past my love of baked potatoes, but I wouldn't be doing it justice if I didn't give you like another quick way to get a really nice moist potato in the oven or even on the barbecue. Remember when I said I love my butter? Well, here's another trick. Once again, to make this go quicker, put this in the microwave after poking some holes in it and pre-cook it. It takes about 4 minutes, but then it reduces your cooking time in the oven and the barbecue to 30 minutes instead of an hour. And as a topper, you can take some basic olive oil as well. And then what you could do is just drench this thing in it. So what this is going to do is it's going to cook with the holes that you poked, and it's going to moisten it up really well. So now, once this is done, you're not even going to need to worry about putting some butter on here. You can just salt for flavor and then you're fine. There. Voila. So potato is all set and done. And as for my meat today, well, I'm going back to chicken territory. I had some boneless, skinless chicken thighs I wanted to make, and I decided I was going to marinate it again. I'm using a very similar recipe to what I used a while back in my shish taouk. That same episode which you're going to see like in the top right corner right here in the card. Oh yeah, shish taouk and weep holes. I forgot, last time I made this chicken in the grill, I was also doing some weep hole adjustments. I guess it's fate. If I'm going to be doing the holes, I'm going to be doing bird. Whatever the case. So, gotta let the heat start to preheat here. So it's very simple here. I just took the remainder of my plain yogurt, mixed it with a bit of olive oil, crushed garlic, lemon juice, salt, pepper, cinnamon, apparently. I didn't think you could put cinnamon in anything besides beef, or more especially apples. Paprika, and a bit of oregano. So somewhat like a Greek-style chicken, just not as oily, but just as garlicky. Still gonna be a beauty. So we're gonna get to that very soon, once this heat is all said and done. Oh. I'm getting some sunshine again, because earlier today, I had a bit of drizzle for about 5 minutes. Can't believe it. It's like, how can you predict the weather a week from now, when you can't even predict what the weather's gonna be like in 10 minutes? It's very weird. Such a strange phenomenon. Oh boy. Yeah, note to self, be careful with the marinade, because then you'll get chicken guts on you. You gotta wash off carefully. Damn you, salmonella. Yeah. This thing is gonna be probably set on fire pretty quickly, or it's gonna burn pretty well, but I'm more than okay with that. Plenty of fire to get the potato cooking. The chicken will be great. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, pretty simple, basic meal today. I'm okay with that too. And yes, I got some accomplishments done with those weep holes. Damn it. Yep. Probably should have oiled up my grill before I start putting the chicken on. I thought the marinade would be enough to keep it from sticking, but hey, you live and learn. This is not going to stop this thing though from being super tasty at all. Still stoked about it. That shish taouk I made a while back was excellent. And potato, well, come on, it's a stolen potato. Everyone knows that stolen potatoes are the best kind of potatoes. Am I right? One downside though, if I don't have this all greased up well, I'm going to get chicken pieces that are going to be stuck. I'm going to have to try to scrape it off. or if I think they're a lost cause, dump them in the fire and let them char up. Such a sad, I lost my train of thought there. Oh well, what can you do? Chow time, everyone. Time to get this all prepared. I'll take you, and I'll bunch on your thigh. Oop. Yeah, it does sound kind of bad, doesn't it? No matter. So, just to recap, I got chicken thighs in my own shish taouk sauce, one baked stolen potato, and a piece of pita bread that was left on the heat, because, you know, you gotta have some kind of pita to go with anything related to shish taouk. Now, I'm gonna give this a quick taste to see what it's like. I'm sure it's tasty, but hey, I'm sure you want to see how tasty it is. And worst case, well, first time you'll have a failure on camera. Delicious. And actually, one of the weird things is that with the cinnamon I put in, that was actually one of the whiffs that I got that I hit my olfactory senses, if you can believe that. And I don't think I put too much either. I put like maybe half a teaspoon. So not big in the grand scheme of things, but still tasty. I'm gonna enjoy my potato, some pita, probably get some leftover vegetables in the fridge too. But above all else, I'm out of weekend fuel. Because, you know, it's a long weekend. Fuck it, I deserve this. So I'm going for La Voix Maltais, and it's a Hefeweizen. I think I said that correctly. This one is from Saguenay. It's a nice white beer, 4.6%. Something a bit lighter to take me back down to earth. I'm sure I've had this in the past, but I can't really tell you right off the bat what it's like. All I can say is that if it's a white, then it's most likely a wheat beer with a bit of orange, coriander, or I guess cilantro. Because apparently coriander and cilantro, something I forgot to mention in my gardening video from last week, they're the same thing. The only difference is that cilantro is a Spanish word for it. It's supposed to be good. Once again, unless you're on Tinder, because apparently that's like a no-go for a lot of people. Again, like someone who likes one-night stands, who's looking for a hookup, likes coriander. Yeah, one of these things is not like the other. Okay, I'm getting off that soapbox right now. Typical white beer. Not bad at all. So come hell, high water, rain, clouds, sun, or, I don't know, raining canned hams, I'm gonna enjoy me supper outside. So thanks for watching this edition of the Ukie Cheese Cafe. If you like what you see, yeah, good idea. Subscribe to the channel below if you ever want to get future updates on all my content. Give this video a thumbs up and, of course, spread the love to everybody. I want to share this with everyone.